Hey, what's good, everybody? This is the Protroversy Podcast where we talk sports, music, culture, and whatever we feel like talking about. I go by Marcie, and this is
Your boy AllMity, yes sir.
yes, sir, yes, sir. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, it's all good, bro.
Yeah,
It's been a late night. Woke up this morning, got back to work, and just came back so we could have this little chit chat. You feel me?
yeah. A lot
Um,
of things to talk about, man, for
yeah,
sure.
because when I be outside, doing my little Uber Eats, I've
Mm-hmm.
been listening to some new music, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I've been listening to some of the new Drake. It's not my
Yeah.
favorite album, but it's been there's a couple joints on there I mess with.
How you feeling about, like, if you had to give it like that 1 to 10 scale? How you feeling about it?
1 to 10, I'll give it a solid 7.
Mm.
A solid 7, a shaky 8. It's not that good, but it's more of a
A
7.
shaky 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. If you have to compare them to Drake albums, I'm not sold. But were these throwaway songs?
I don't know. That's what I heard some of the takes being. It sounded like some of them were like old songs from other tapes that he was supposed to release with Party. They just put them all together at the last minute, maybe tightened them up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel a little different way about it
Yeah.
because you feel me, like my favorite artist of all time, Kanye West, recently released a little duo project with him and Ty Dolla $ign. He released 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people was probably looking for Drake to come back and diss Kendrick more immediately, but I feel like on some of these tracks, I was listening to Party Slide. I'm like, why does it feel like Ty in some of these joints? It feels like this is a direct competitor to whatever that Yay Money shit, that
Yeah.
Vultures.
That. Yeah, the Vultures. It could be for sure, but in my opinion, I thought it was like, is this the last album that he had to do under Universal?
I don't know.
Because that's a question too. Because is he pulling like a Frank Ocean move, like kind of giving them what they want, and then when that album deal is over, he's gonna release something, up to his other album statures.
Well, at this point, I don't even know if he's still under them because the way they treated him on Spotify is crazy. He's not getting no love on Spotify, but apparently he's
Mm.
still getting love on Apple Music. I know he got his own thing with Apple.
Yeah, when I
Um,
looked under it, it still had Universal under the
so
album.
okay, so
So
he's
it
still
seems it
releasing
seems
through them.
like, but regardless of the tracks, I'll say this, bro. He'll
Yeah,
stay with a song that kind of that that has viral moments
yeah,
for sure. Like the I want to meet your madre.
yeah. I want to meet
Bro,
your
I was
madre,
like,
kiss
hey,
to your padre, mi amor. When I heard
yeah.
that shit, I'm like, bro, this is the corniest Spanish shit I ever heard. But at the same time, I got it on loop because the
that's
melodies is fire.
that's what I was saying. Like, no matter what, like, if people could say that it's corny, people are repeating it. He'll always
Yeah,
have some type of line that's being repeated by people, or repetitive in a sense. So it's like, even when you think it's a loss, it's a win
yeah.
because it's
Then
viral moments now.
he
People are talking about on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube
yeah,
Shorts. They're
he
doing
don't
all of it. So
necessarily miss. It's not a necessary miss. He didn't
e-
miss. Then he got
exactly,
that give me a hug, give me a hug. He got that. And
yeah.
then he got the
I
I
like
like
the
the
Nokia
Nokia,
joint.
exactly. Who calling my
Yeah.
phone? Yeah.
Yeah.
That joint gonna be fun as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah. I've seen that reposted a lot of times. So it's like, to my stand, like, to where I think, like, where I put Drake, I don't think it was a great overall project, like, for Drake and Party. I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna come harder, but I'm curious to the behind the scenes of everything. If it's like you said, like, they just
Yeah.
had tracks and they're like, let's just throw these on there, but they got some heat cooking up in the back.
Well, I got a quick
Or
question.
I don't know. Go
I got a
ahead.
quick question for you. Do you think it's better than for all the dogs? Hmm.
Nah, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Interesting. I don't really like for all the dogs per se.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I think for me it might have been the hype. The hype
Hmm.
kind of, it it didn't lead up to the hype because you hear like, oh, Drake and Party dropping a Valentine's Day album. The hype of
Yeah,
that is your expectations are real high.
that's
And I
fair.
feel like maybe they couldn't even meet the expectations. Like it was unrealistic expectations. But
Hmm.
for me, I felt like it was supposed to be some shit like something that's gonna like last a long time. Where I don't know if these songs are gonna last out. They're not. I don't think they're gonna outlast his previous songs. Let me say that.
The only one that I think can transcend the album and still like have some life to it is that well, obviously the Nokia one, that's a fun song for
Mm-hmm.
the club, but then the other one, that pop song, the Die Trying. Girl, I just tonight if I could leave
Yeah,
and say goodbye. That just sound like something that
yeah, yeah.
people
It
could
kind
just
of
listen to.
that sounds like it sounds like a yeah, like an indie type vibe to
Yeah,
it. Like kind of how Sway Lee went on that Sunflower. Is it Sunflower? Right?
yeah,
That's his song.
literally
Kind
that.
of like that. Yeah.
Something that you could like use for sync or
Like
something that like it just feels like an old record that you could hear in different times of it,
yeah.
different
These
eras.
seem like sync tracks. Like you add these to commercials and movies
Yeah.
more than
So
they did like for like a project that that their fan base is really looking for in a sense. Like I said, even like it's not a miss.
yeah, he
His
might
quote
have.
unquote for some people that might have been for them they might say it's not good, it's trash, all this. Still not a miss because it's still relevant. People are still
Yeah,
talking about it. They're still bringing him up. And the next time he drops, it's gonna be the same thing. They're gonna look for it again. So
basically, it's not a
it's,
miss, like you
it's
said.
not a miss. For Party, I don't know though. For Party, it might have
Yeah.
had a little more damage, but I don't think he had Party on there enough, maybe either.
That was the thing that a lot of people were saying. They felt like Drake kind of body party off some of maybe some of his own records because it's like if it's
Mm,
supposed to be a collab album, shouldn't it be equal? But then also that's what Kanye did with the Ty thing. It's like some of the records were both of them, but a lot of them was just Kanye.
yeah,
It's like I feel
yeah.
like that's kind of what the ego kind of forces them to do as a lead artist. Like that's who the people are mostly looking for.
Hmm.
So
So, how you feel overall about these duo albums, though?
I mean, starting from the one that I remember first is like Watch the Throne. I
Hmm.
loved Watch the Throne. I loved not even I like the one with Drake and Future.
Hmm.
Um but then I feel like since then it's became a little watered down.
I could see what you're saying. Like, it's almost like the hype is like I said before. The hype is over exceeding the like what actually is
Yeah.
being presented. But I will say that to follow up though, you can't forget Fab and Jadakiss though.
Oh no,
The
I've for them
the Freddie,
underground ones is crazy too. I'm sleep.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sleep.
yeah, yeah. You can't. The Freddie versus Jason's was
Yeah.
those
Those ones are
different. Yeah,
crazy. The Wayne and Jewels, like those ones you gotta rock with those.
yeah, yeah. But I do think like I think the appeal to the masses, they'll always be a good thing, but I think they just need to come a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna actually like promote as a dual album, like let's really get like the Future and Drake one, like that was a collab album for
Yeah.
real. Like
And then
do the
I can't
same
be
thing.
mad. The one with the Drake and 21 Savage was cool.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Some people were hating on it, like saying it was kind of the same thing with Party. They felt like 21 wasn't on it enough
And yeah, and I feel like that's always gonna be the story with these people. Like anytime it's a lead artist and kind of a lower artist that are just trying to bring
hmm
them up, they're gonna take most of the time because they know that's what people are looking for most of the time.
for sure. So, what would be one collab album you would want to see in 2025 if you could come with anybody, any genre of music? What's one collab album you'd want to see or hear?
Probably the best collab album I could think of.
Hmm.
That people probably it probably could never happen at this point. But if we could get a triple play album with Drake, Cole, and Kendrick, that would literally make this era just like that would round off our era crazy. That would probably be the best album we've had in a long time. It would touch on so many emotions and so many vibes, and but they would never get in the studio together no more.
Yeah, that one might be done. That would be it would be crazy. I'm curious how it
The
how it would
Sonics would be
clash.
so different
Yeah,
because
it
like
would.
there be some joints where Kendrick sounds close to Cole, then some joints where Cole sounds close to Drake, but there's not really many where Drake and Kendrick overlap.
Yeah.
So that would be the interesting part of the collab.
But it would be interesting to hear Drake doing like a singy melody with Kendrick doing because Kendrick's always doing
True.
unique voices with his stuff. So it'd be, and then you see Cole do kind of his version of that. I'll be curious
Yeah.
to definitely hear that
They
for
all be doing
sure.
the melodic thing in different ways. It would be fun.
Yeah, it would be.
It's
It
just not
would
happening.
be. Nah. I
Mo-
For my collab, bro. I need Bootsy and Jello.
Yo, you stupid. For the whole album is crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what? If they keep
Tell me that
releasing
would
joints
go
like this,
crazy though.
the
That
streets
would
need
go
that actually.
crazy.
They need that with I don't even know who need to DJ that one, but
Maybe
it's
not
gonna
a
be
whole
crazy.
album, but let me get a 5-song EP real quick.
A little
Let me
five
get a
piece
five
with
song.
5 videos
Yeah.
for each of them too. Drop them joints. It's gonna
Yeah.
be beautiful.
Nah, that shit
That would
would
be
go
fun for the streets.
crazy.
Also, shout out to Jello. Jello finally made it into 2K on some music shit. Low key,
You knew that was
I
happening.
called it. I knew it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Good for him, man. Shout out
Yeah.
to him.
Did
Yep.
you did you hear about your favorite big man in the league possibly?
Oh, Wemby?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate because as a Heat fan, Chris Bosh went through a blood clot situation and it ended his career. The difference is that supposedly this blood clot situation is in Wemby's arm, and with
Yeah.
Chris it was in his leg. I'm not sure how much of a difference that makes, but I'm hearing that it's not as dangerous. But I'm not a doctor. I have no idea.
Yeah.
You hear blood clot and you're like, it doesn't look good, especially when how many times they said excuse me, how many times they said Chris was going to come back,
Yeah.
and he honestly never came back.
So from what I was seeing, like you saying, the Chris Bosh one was definitely a more serious version of it because it was in his leg. But apparently, Brendan Ingram had the same thing, and I believe
Mm,
his was also in his arm. And yeah, he missed part of the season for whatever season that was, but it's been nothing about it ever since. And I think also with Chris Bosh, they were saying that his were recurring. So
mm,
even when they got rid of one, it would pop up in another place. So it's not
yeah,
safe to put that type of pressure. So if Wemby's is not recurring, he should definitely be good.
well, that would be good because I am curious too if age plays a factor because Chris Bosh was
Mm,
obviously on the tail end of his career. He was a little bit older. Well,
yeah,
Wemby is what 20 years old, 21 maybe.
yeah, barely.
My that it would. I ain't gonna lie. When I first heard, I was sad because I was like, I hope this isn't one of them what ifs.
Yeah,
Like that would have
I,
been trash. That would have been
yeah,
trash.
and it also very annoying because I'm pretty sure this would have been his first DPOY year, and this instantly knocked him out.
Mm,
So it's
yeah,
it's a few things playing against him in this situation,
damn. And you see it. Some games. I was watching one game. He had 7 blocks in the first half.
bro.
It's like you seen
It's
it in the All
unheard of.
Star game. You're like, yo, it's the dunks are looking a little stronger. Like
Yeah,
he's thin, but they're looking a little stronger. You know what
no,
I'm saying?
trust me.
And then he bringing the ball up. He's shooting threes. It's like this guy is looking. We thought Giannis was something, and Giannis is. He ended up being
Yeah,
what he was supposed to be. But I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's looking like Wemby might hit another gear past Giannis.
sheesh. If they
It's
could get
looking
in the
like
gym
it.
together, that would be scary because really the difference is Giannis was the similar type of skinny. He just put on that extra weight.
Yeah.
If I'm not saying Wemby got to get too big, but if he can get that force that he needs to compete with a Embiid and a Jokic and certain things, he's unstoppable.
Mm-hmm. Here's a question for you: is Wemby the closest we'll get to a modern day Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Hmm.
In a sense, Kareem was a thinner guy, but literally unstoppable. And he had the
Yeah.
hook shot. Everybody talks about how he literally is the best at the time and now would have been the best center in the league just off skill set. But it's looking like Wemby's skill set as a 20-year-old is already at an elite status.
Yeah.
And he
Plus,
gives me the same vibe as Kareem. Like he meditates, he reads before. Like, Kareem was a
yeah,
real
it's a mental thing.
yeah, he thought through everything. So, and it's looking like Wemby has the same type of personality as Kareem. Maybe not. I know people say Kareem is kind of harsh at times.
Yeah.
Wemby's a little softer in that sense. But I mean, in the sense of mentality and mindset, it seems like Wemby and Kareem coincide. And then they had the tall, skinnier guys. Kareem was a skinny guy too and made it work.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I feel like, to me, it seems like he's the closest to Kareem that we would see in the modern day era. So I'm curious, like,
And as
your
far
take
as
on that.
how he locks up the paint on defense, that's the other thing. It's like Kareem was also a defensive beast. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's hard to really replicate what these type of guys are doing. His numbers may honestly end up being better than Kareem's just because of he's starting at such a fast pace. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Imagine Wemby in college if he had to play college basketball.
That would have been unfair. Because look, Taco Fall was looking unfair out there, and Taco didn't even really have much going. He was competing with Zion in them in the
Exactly.
playoffs, March Madness.
Exactly.
So
Man, speaking of when you bring up Zion, we talk about Wemby, faces of the league, possible
yeah,
faces of the league. Ant Edwards said I'm good, which I think he should retract that and take that back because he has a good chance of being. They want an American as the face of the league.
yeah,
It's been said like they want an American as face of the league,
yeah.
but
It's kind of messed up, but I feel it.
we got one guy that I think we both like. They're looking possibly to trade him in the summer with Ja Morant.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing the Luca trade, like they try to move him from the Mavs to Lakers, a bigger market, more marketability. Ja
Mm-hmm.
Morant being on the Grizzlies may not make the long term sense for the overall NBA. So I get it. It's like
Yeah.
if you really want to maximize his window as a star, it's like you got to get him to a bigger market. But what is
But
the bigger market?
where? Yeah, because right now you got to think the big markets are Celtics,
New
Boston,
York.
New York, LA. Unless you could get him with the Clippers, the Knicks don't want to move away from Jalen Brunson right now.
Nah.
The Celtics are locked up. There's not a
Yeah, we're
single
locked
piece they
in.
even want to get rid of. What I can say is there's a market that may not be as big as New York, Boston, and LA, but Miami
No, Miami
might
does
be
need
all right.
something.
It might be all
Miami does
right.
deserve something, matter of fact,
You know
because
what I'm saying?
they just gave up. This season is pretty much a wash for them. That sucks to say because
The-
they usually
yeah.
they're usually a top option to at least like make the conference finals, but I can't even see them like
Nah, I
making.
think we'll get in. I think we'll get in eighth seed and we'll lose the first round, unfortunately. But I think that's what's gonna happen. Like I think
Damn.
we'll get into playoffs, but it doesn't get past that.
Yeah, because even like with Detroit and stuff getting better, maybe I don't know with Detroit because like they got to make those type of decisions with K too. But right now,
Mm-hmm.
Ja, Ja, where do you
Ja.
move Ja? Does he go to the Warriors? Because I guess they're a big market now too after what they've created the past decade.
The thing is, though, is how I don't think Ja is. I think Ja is a good, like I would say, kid because he's still young. I'll
Yeah,
say Ja is a good kid. The thing is how many GMs are nervous about the off court situations.
yeah, which
Has
also
he reeled it in? Like I mean, I would assume he has, but has he truly? And then, like you said, like a market like Miami, you can't be fucking. There's a lot of stuff out here.
yeah.
You
He was
you
wilding
can't
in
get caught
Memphis.
up. You can't. Yeah, you was all in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Out here in
Yeah,
Miami, it's gonna be a little. It's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Even in California, you know what I
true.
mean? Like,
Damn.
are you gonna be able to tone it down and reel it in and really be the best that you could be? Because at the end of the day, Ja was looking like the face of the league.
So I guess he got to go to like Milwaukee or something. Is the only place
Yeah.
where he can have a chance to be great and still stay out of trouble.
Well, I'm hoping. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that he ultimately like learned his lesson. Everybody young. When you got the cameras on you, like it's way different. It's easy to say I wouldn't have done that. I'm gonna be honest. probably not the gun shit, but I would have been bugging. I would have been bugging as a 21-year-old with 200 million too, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you
Well,
know what I mean?
my thing with Ja is I think he'll understand like the gun thing, but you put him somewhere with Miami, he probably gonna end up with like 3 baby mamas. Like
That's
it's gonna just turn into something else. It's like, bro, are you
yeah,
not learning? Like you're not learning the overall thing. You're learning about this specific situation, but you're not learning the
yeah.
overall
And
thing. Be more
Pat not
responsible,
playing that bullshit, bro. Pat
bro.
not playing. You not about to make it hectic out here. You saw what
No,
Jimmy did. You saw what Jimmy did.
exactly. And
We
he
got
was
rid of
ready,
Wade.
bro.
I don't know why. I don't even know why with Jimmy, but we
Because
did
they're
it,
not
man.
paying for old niggas right now. They're not. It's not on Pat's watch, at
Not
least.
on Pat. Not on Pat. Pat, the
They're not.
oldest one in the building, is
You
not on
feel me?
Pat's watch.
You saw how he let Haslam stay. It's like he'll pay for the
That's it.
certain person to do a certain role, but you're not getting
Yeah.
over this amount. That's it.
Listen, if you want to stay, you're gonna get league minimum.
And you're gonna sit on the bench. You could be around though, because you're a great influence.
Where
He
you could be
coached.
around, yeah, like rile them up, get the young guys going, but sit your ass on the bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie though. Haslam he was part of those championships. He played.
No,
And to
yeah, he
like kind
played.
of to kind of sit back seat and then just be like part of the organization. That's probably the perfect NBA career you could have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And is
he
he on
got
the
paid.
staff now?
Yeah, I believe so. I think he's
So
with
it's like,
player development or something like that.
yeah, he's never gonna leave that organization. He's good for life.
Nah, and you know I'm a Heat guy, so shout out to Haslam, bro. He probably the
Yeah.
third best Heat. I'm gonna be honest.
Damn,
Probably like
that's
third,
wild.
maybe fourth. If you put LeBron in there, if you put LeBron up there,
You can't
people
take
put
LeBron off
I
there.
don't really like LeBron is for Cleveland. He is
But
for
it's
us,
tough.
but he's for Cleveland though.
Damn,
Like,
it's another conversation. So I kind of got to give anywhere that somebody went and won a Finals MVP as a champion, you got to give him that. You got to give him at least on the list. At least on this list. You can't take them off the list.
All right. Well, then to me, you know, as much as people might hate it, LeBron the greatest player ever, bro. I say it. I'ma say it. I don't care if people don't want to say it. I'ma say it, bro.
Very controversial.
Very controversial. It is what it is. Man. So if we talking about Heat greats, then it's got I can't say it. I can't say Bron over Wade for Heat great. Heat great.
I mean, yeah, because specific greats, specific greats. If we say hard.
Specific team great,
yeah.
Wade is 1, Bron is 2, Alonzo Mourning 3.
Because even if you think he's not like a top Lakers great. LeBron. It's like you can't give him that. He's maybe top 10 because they got so many over there.
He top 5. He top 5.
So we got
you gotta say Kareem, Magic,
Kobe, Shaq,
him. That's what I'm saying. I think
damn automatic him. You don't do. You said Magic already?
Yeah, I said Magic. Yeah, Kareem, Magic.
So Kareem.
Yep.
Dang,
Kareem,
nobody
Magic,
else?
Kobe, Shaq. I mean, James Worthy, he's not better than LeBron's career. Nah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you would definitely argue with some Lakers
fans.
You
know what a lot of people are going to say what we missed? You know who we missed, and a lot of people are going to say Jerry West.
Oh, yeah, they're going to beat
Jerry
West.
The
logo. You can't not say the logo.
You can't not say the logo. But then he's 6, though, because honestly, out of Lakers greats, they're all part of the Laker legacy more than he is.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But he's a Cleveland number 1.
Yeah, Cleveland
he's Cavs number 1. Yeah, he's probably in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, if I'm being honest. Bro.
Hey, if Donovan Mitchell brings another ring, let's see he passes.
Because the thing is for the Cavs, yo, all respect to Cavs, bro. Who is even in that top 5? I don't even know.
Bro, Donovan Mitchell is easily number 2 right now.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Bro dropped 70 for them. I mean, no, Kyrie. We sleep Kyrie.
Oh, Kyrie. I ain't going to lie. At this point, I'll probably slide in Darius Garland, bro. That's how much.
Shit. I mean, no, you got to give Ilgauskas his love because he was like a legendary Cav.
There's probably some 90s players we're missing for sure. Isn't that like too. Alex English or something like that? I'm not sure if you did the cat. I don't know.
But are they not? I guess, yeah, we give them their love. No disrespect.
Yeah, regardless, Bron is if it's team specific, Bron is the number 1, greatest for the Cavs. He can't. D-Wade is the greatest for the Heat, and then for the Lakers, it's always a toss-up. People say Kobe, people say Kareem, people say Magic. In my opinion, I think I feel like it has to be Magic,
Yeah,
but
but also I
everybody's
really
entitled to their own opinion.
the Kobe thing is a good argument too.
For sure. For sure. Kobe
Yeah.
is. So does that mean Shaq is in the top 5 greatest, probably top 3 greatest of Magic history then?
You know what? They were talking about this the other day. Like, who do you say is the greatest Magic player? Because Shaq was great over there, but he left.
He
Uh,
left.
Dwight Howard might have been the best Magic player in history.
Yeah,
He's the
you
only
probably
one
gotta
that
give it
carried
to
them to the
Dwight.
finals. Yeah.
You probably gotta give it to Dwight. Me personally, nostalgic wise, I'm gonna say Tracy McGrady, but that's just because like I can't
Yeah.
I like Orlando T Mac, but then you could say he left and went to Houston.
And he balled in
So
Houston too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Tracy was different in that Orlando one. You know that jersey, the blue
Yeah.
jersey with the
That one
pinstripe.
that's when his footwork was nice before
Yeah,
he got,
Tracy,
hurt.
Tracy was different. Yeah, for
But
real, for real.
yeah, that's a tough question too. Kobe stayed.
Yeah,
I mean, Paul Pierce, obviously, he's a Celtic. I'm about to say, what about Pierce?
yeah,
Like, no, he didn't do shit nowhere else.
yeah. Paul Pierce. Paul. So this is a question. Then, since we did Lakers, we did Big Marcus. Let's try. What you're a Celtics fan? Who's the
hmm
greatest Celtic?
Uh, for me, I gotta say Bill Russell. Like Larry Bird is very close. He's the best Celtic, the greatest Celtic. I don't like best skill wise is has been Larry Bird. Bill
Mhm.
Russell has been the winningest Celtic for the longest time, so it's hard to give it to someone else.
So it's
11
kind of like
rings.
so like you could compare the Bill Russell and Larry Bird kind of to the Kareem Magic. It's like a 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
It's like you can't
Yeah.
decide. Yeah, that's a good. Is Paul Pierce on that top 5 list though?
I gotta give Pierce a top. No, actually, it's tough. It's a tough one. Actually, that's a great question. I would give him top five because obviously I got to see him. That was the one I
Hmm.
grew up with. But
Yeah,
if I really think about the legacy of the Celtics, he's probably similar to like you saying LeBron on the Lakers. Like he can't surpass some of these people's contribution to the Celtics, but definitely he's a top nigga. Like his contribution can't be forgotten either. But he just happened to be after them.
that's interesting because like how I would see it is I would see Paul Pierce importance to the Celtics is similar to Kobe's to the Lakers. That's how I would see it. I mean, people may not feel the same way, but
Yeah.
I seen the Celtics. All right, KG was definitely part of it. Rondo was part of it. Ray Allen, but they kind of came in as pieces. The core guy, I feel like, was always Paul Pierce.
No, absolutely. That's how I see it too as a Celtics fan. But when you really break it down, Kobe brought his team 5 rings. Pierce brought his
Mm-hmm.
team 1 ring. I can't say that, and it's during
That
like
is
a
true.
similar time period. But it's like I do love Pierce and I appreciate that ring. And Doc Rivers honestly kind of messed up any real motion for that. Thinking back about how bad of a coach he's been over his past decade, it's like maybe he was actually the reason they didn't get any more rings because
Man,
they only won the first year when they first got together, and he probably was still trying to figure out even how to talk to them. Once he figured out how to talk to them, everything went south.
man, that makes you think. Like, not to go down this rabbit hole, but it makes you really think about that Clippers Blake Griffin team, like, and Chris
Yeah,
Paul, JJ Redick, like DeAndre Jordan. They had a squad. Jamal Crawford, like they
that
had
might
a
have been the
squad.
toughest 5-6 you've had in the league.
Bro, they had a squad. They reminded me, like, except they had superstars. They reminded me of like that Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups Pistons team. Like
Mm,
they had
yeah,
such a great team that it's like you had
it's so
Matt Barnes,
balanced.
like, yeah, man. But uh,
Yeah, Doc Rivers, he got the Bucks now. Hopefully, he can figure something out.
Dame is leaving.
Dame is leaving. Giannis is he's
Dave
stuck.
is like, yo, Dave is gonna request another trade. Fuck that, yo. If
Yeah,
Giannis leaves, you can't do my boy Dame like that, man. You can't.
yeah.
Yeah. So for the second half season predictions, man, for the NBA, who do you think are the top teams coming out of the East and the West?
Um, it's definitely gonna be. It's looking like a Celtics Thunder finals to me. But also, you got to give Cleveland a shot at it because they're going crazy. You got to give. I'm not gonna say the Rockets. The Rockets is balling, but I don't really see them having a real shot. The Lakers do not have a real shot. They don't have a center right now. Unless they could get a center, bro. That's really what's hurting me. They need a center. I don't know. The West not scaring me. Who you seeing from the West?
Nah, you always gotta put the Nuggets in there.
The Nuggets are playing better. They're playing better.
You know, playoff ball different though, bro.
Yeah,
playoff ball is different. You can't count Jokic and Russ. I know Russ is older, but come on now. Michael Porter Jr., if he could hit the shit that he's launching.
Yeah, because he's gonna shoot. That's one thing we know. He's gonna shoot.
If he could hit the shit he launching, bro, it'd be crazy. Jamal
Murray
still.
That's what I was about to say. It matters which version of Jamal Murray you're gonna get. Because I guess last year they didn't get the best version.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We've seen the tandem. He's dropped what did he drop in the playoff game? Was it 50 or 40 something?
I can't remember.
Jamal Murray's going crazy.
But also, bro, you're missing OKC. Did you say OKC?
No, I said OKC's the one that I know. It's OKC in the West and the Celtics in the East is my prediction.
Gotcha.
The Warriors don't scare me with the Jimmy edition.
Spurs heating up. If Wemby come back.
But that's not till next season. They saying he out for the season. I don't even if you come back for playoffs, do they even make playoffs without Wemby? I don't know because their defense is about to drop all the way off.
Yeah. I would agree with you. I would say OKC and Celtics. I feel what you're saying with the West. It's more like you have dangerous teams, but not champion contending dangerous teams. Like you have the Kings, who they'll knock a good team out of their playoffs. But will they beat the Celtics in the championship in 7 games? No.
But I don't even think they're beating OKC. It's like they're not making it to none of these teams in the West are that better than them. None of them are better than OKC.
Nah.
So they can't get to the finals. So I'm even thinking it would have been the Mavs before the trade. Like this trade kind of ruined a couple teams' opportunity. Even the Lakers probably seemed more of a balanced team before the trade. So those teams kind of ruined this season specifically.
So this is a question. We both agree that it's OKC and Celtics. Do the Lakers have a shot to get into the Western Conference Finals?
With the state of the Timberwolves, I could say yeah. With the state of the map, if AD doesn't come back 100%, like if he doesn't even come back, I don't know how that situation is gonna go. I could definitely see the Lakers not having to need a center yet. There's only certain teams you need a center for.
Mm-hmm.
OKC is one of them teams.
Yeah. They got tall motherfuckers though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they got some tall guys though. You got Chet pulling up 7-3, pulling up threes. It's like, bro.
Hartenstein grabbing 13 rebounds.
Even Shea, isn't Shea like 6'6" or something?
It's tough.
He's not small.
Dort he's not the biggest, but he's a tough dude. It's like you gotta have some size.
But that's what would be nice to see in that OKC versus Celtics. So I would want to see Lou Dort on Drew Holiday. Even though they probably wouldn't. They would both probably play the best offensive players in a sense. Like I would assume Drew Holiday would be guarding Shea and Lou Dort might be guarding maybe Jaylen Brown. I feel like Tatum might be a little too tall for him.
How would they do Derek White?
Derek White, I don't know.
It's a hard.
I don't know.
They might just have to do position by position and just work it out, switch it out.
They might.
You know, NBA just switch everything because
I wouldn't mind seeing Chet versus Porzingis.
That would be fun.
You know what I mean? Like kind of like the old school versus. I mean, old even though he's probably only like 30 years old, but like the older versus the new school. That'd be cool.
Hopefully, has Chet played any games? He's been back, right?
I believe so. I'm not really 100% sure.
I haven't seen too many reviews or any highlights from him, so I don't know how he's looking out on the court. I know these injuries. What was it? A foot injury again?
Probably. I really don't know. I'm not
Because
sure.
the big men with the foot injuries, bro. That scares
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, that shit
Hmm.
hurt. That shit hurts him. But man, I'm curious how this season ends up. I do think that the Lakers make it to the Western Conference Finals, though. I don't know. I
It's
just feel like him. I feel like LeBron and Luca is like
That's tough to beat.
that's tough, man. That's tough.
They're
And
just
I
gonna have to defend.
but the thing is, like, you're talking. Everybody roasts Luca about, oh, he's never in shape. He's never that. He literally went to
Yeah,
the player that is probably in the best shape in NBA history.
yeah. Consistent
Like,
shape, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, does his game level up because of that?
I
You
don't.
know,
It does in the long run. I don't know if it does this season. Is there enough time to change this thing around? But
true.
then my issue with the Lakers is the center. If they got to get a center soon. This kid Dwight Howard. Why y'all not paying this man?
Yeah.
What did he do to the league?
I don't know. I think it's just like the little. I think it's just like the little antic. I think he's too nice, bro. To be honest, I think he's just too nice and jokes too much.
Damn.
It's as simple as that. Like, because he doesn't take it too serious.
But then there's also people on the bench that's over there doing the Dougie and all type of stuff. It's like, is that worse than
Yeah,
Dwight smiling?
yeah. But I think because Dwight is, you know, Hall of Fame. I think he's Hall of Fame bound. That
Yeah,
people expect a different outlook from him than like Hachimura or something like that. Like they expect
yeah,
him to be a little more professional. I'm not saying he's not professional, but they don't like the giggly shit, man. they
yeah.
don't
Especially
they
for your
don't like
big, I
that
get
shit.
it. You want
They
your
don't
big
like
to
that
be
shit.
intimidating.
Yeah. Like Shaq didn't become funny until after.
Yeah,
Really. Nah, he was funny throughout, but never
yeah.
on
He
the
came.
court. But never on the court.
Yeah, no, he's more of a bully, if anything. Like he was making
Yeah.
sure to let you know that he'll hurt you, like outside of the play. So I get
Exactly,
it. I
bro.
definitely get that.
For sure.
Damn. And is there even one more team I could think of?
Nah,
Pelicans? No.
man. I'm excited, I'm excited
Oh,
to see
Phoenix. You don't care about
ah
Phoenix?
no.
That's crazy that we don't even think about them, and they got 3 stars, two
Nah,
superstars in this star.
I'm seeing that KD might leave. So I'm
Damn,
curious what happens with that. If KD leaves, then
it's hard to move Booker because his contract sucks. So
yeah,
he's probably stayed another year. Book might end up leaving too because I mean, he wants to be a lifetime son, but
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Make the
Uh,
best decision long term.
we'll see, man. The prediction is OKC and Celtics. I think that's gonna be most people's prediction, but it's looking like, I mean, it's turning into like, when the Warriors play for the Celtics, it's like you can't really see anybody beating that team
Yeah,
wholeheartedly. You can see the Knicks competing, but you can't see them beating them in 7. I can't, at least.
man, the
You
Knicks
know,
they just played today and they just got blown out by like 20 something. It's hard
yeah.
to. And
And
that's like the third time that happened this season.
you can say the Cavs, but I'm not sold. I'm not sold on the
They
Cavs
could probably
still.
push us to 6. I don't even see them pushing us to 7. They could win some games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man. Time will tell. I've been seeing that people are a little nervous to travel because of this whole airplane situation. How you feel about it, bro?
Not gonna lie, what was that, like 2-3 weeks ago? I went to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I landed at 4, got to my Airbnb. At 5 o'clock, there was planes that crashed in Philadelphia. I said, "What the heck?" Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
how often is this happening at this point?
Yeah. And it comes to it makes you think, is it happening more often, or is it the media showing it more often because of the fear of what's going on?
That's part of what I've been seeing. Like, there's been some reports that technically this year there's been less accidents than previous years, but I know there's
Mm.
also reports on the complete opposite. That
Yeah.
it's like, so it's like it's hard to really, like, I guess, trust anyone. Like the lady that I saw, she showed a graph showing it, but it's also like, where the hell you get this graph?
Exactly. And that's the thing. A lot of people aren't questioning it because, like you said, I've seen the total opposite where they're saying we've had more commercial accidents in these last 2 months than we had all last year. But
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is. I don't know, but you know what I mean.
Does he even work in aviation? Like what?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it's. I know. I will say this. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
I'm a little because it definitely is raising an eyebrow because it's like, all right, are all these flights? Why are there so many issues? Like, for example, the one that just crash landed in Canada where everybody survived, but I'm not trying to play craps on an airplane now. Like,
Yeah, no, I get it. It's a little crazy. And you saw
okay.
that you saw the one that just happened in Toronto where the joint flipped over?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I'm
okay, yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
So they was giving them out 30K per person or whatever. Well,
Mm.
only one person turned it down. He's like, bro, 30K does not suffice for that. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to fly again. Like with the mental
Word.
damage y'all did to me.
I will say this though. They said 30K, no strings attached. So like, can I take the 30K and be part of the lawsuit they about to do?
I
Because
don't know.
because
That's a tough one.
I'll double up if you want me to double up, but I'm not. At minimum, I need free flights for the rest of my life, bro.
Yeah.
At minimum, you
And
know.
none of them better flip over no more. Going crazy on y'all.
Because Delta came with that quick. They're like, 30K everybody.
Yep,
30K
because they don't
everybody.
even
Like,
want it to be a big story. They want to take care of that shit
yeah.
quick.
Bro, even I don't know if you've seen, there was a video of a kid getting off the plane and they're all saying like, stop with the video, stop with the videos. Nah, people gotta see I made it. They
Yeah.
gotta see, and they gotta see what we just went through. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit was tipped. Imagine the
Listen.
people, because you've been on a lot of flights, bro.
Yeah.
When you land, not everybody don't got their seatbelt the tightest when you land because you just assuming we good, right?
Bro.
So imagine tipping over, your shit not tight, and you just fall like,
slide out your joint. You hit your head on the ceiling. Bags come out the joint, fall on top of you. It's like, man.
You know, somebody's cell phone came out, slapped them in the face.
Slapped them in the face. Somebody dropped a book bag with the laptop on your face. It's like, yo, things got it's ugly. Someone had a sandwich out.
Drinks flying and shit.
You
like,
feel
nah,
me, dog?
Nah,
It's like, man.
Because everybody don't be secure for it to be flipping over. You be secure, like if you hit a little turbulence, you know what I mean, a little shake, but you ain't fastened to where you could be all the way upside down. Let's be honest. Like a couple people were dropping like raindrops. I'll tell you that for sure.
Still be having their shoes off and stuff. I'm sure those went flying. It's like, it could get crazy on that landing.
Word. But it is crazy though that all this stuff has been happening, and like we spoke of before, like, is it happening more often or is this a thing? Because if it's a thing, like, it does make you think. There's definitely got to be more flight anxiety now than probably than ever.
I mean, the only time I could think of more than this is probably be 9/11 when that was like the biggest mass panic for flights. But even that, if you think about that, right, we had a whole country panic over a single flight flying into a building in New York.
Yeah,
we are getting planes having accidents every day. The panic, like you say, it might be a little higher now, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, the reaction isn't as big, but I'm sure like on an individual basis, people feel more at risk for an accident.
Yeah, I mean, you had the Pentagon joint too that didn't hit the Pentagon. They like
that too, yeah.
But yeah, for sure, because it feels like, I don't know, it feels like every day you open an app up and you see a plane crash and you're like, these ain't, because everybody, not saying like, prayers up to all the people who lost their lives, but like the smaller planes, you used to see those. You know what I mean? You used to see like, I'm saying a single flight, like something happened, like, oh, that's sad for sure. But a whole big ass commercial flight, this is kind of newer to where it's like, yo, these shits is crashing a little too much for comfort.
No, that's not normal, especially when it's on your favorite airlines, your American Airlines, Deltas.
I don't know if you've seen it, but they say Spirit is the only one that hasn't had a major accident.
I think I did see that. So we might have to. Spirit might have a point, bro.
We about to be sardined for safety.
The fold out chairs gonna have to do for the flight, dog. That's good.
The $100 baggage claim, you know what I'm saying?
You better wear all your fits at one time and just take them off when you get there, throw them in the drawer. You good?
Yeah, imagine having it like a snow, like when you go out and play in the snow or something as a kid. You
Literally,
just got
bro.
like fucking 6 layers on.
That's
Nah,
what it got to be,
that's hilarious, bro. That's
man.
hilarious, bro. We'll see. Like, but at the end of the day, man, realistically, accidents happen. Something can happen. You falling down the stairs. Live life. It's easier
Yeah.
said than done because I'm a type of person that gets nervous, but you know,
Listen,
hopefully it just gets better.
I've been in a car accident that was completely not my fault, where
Mm-hmm.
somebody T-boned me. So it's like, man, I don't know what's worse, driving or flying. I've actually been, my life was at risk right there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you said, just live life because you can't control none of this stuff for
Can't
real.
control none of it for real, like you said. Like, and there's definitely more car accidents than there are flight accidents still
Yeah,
to this day. So it's like, yeah, we'll see, man. But on that note,
yeah. Just bring it back up.
on that note, man, thanks for watching. This is the Protroversy Podcast, man. Like I said, I go by Marcy. This is
Your boy AllMity is a
yes, sir. Tell your friends and tell a friend, man. Let's just keep getting those subs up, man. We appreciate y'all watching. Remember, this is just the beginning. We're gonna take it forward each time we come on, and we appreciate y'all.
drop some
Peace.
feedback, please.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.